So you decide to skip the Nintendo Switch 2 webcam accessory, but you have a bunch of webcams laying around the home. Will it work for the Nintendo Switch 2? So I have a webcam, I have the Osmo Pocket 3, also have an action camera with webcam functionality, and also I'm going to be connecting my camera and even an iPhone 2 as well. So without further ado, let's begin. All right, so I'm on the home screen of the Switch 2. We're going to go down into accessories and controllers, and then we're going to go down till we see test USB camera. Nothing is connected currently. All right, and the first camera I'm going to test out is from Nexico. This is just a 1080p webcam here, and it could clip right on the top of your monitor. So we're going to plug this in and see if it comes up. So I plugged it in right to the USB-A port on the Switch 2. Didn't use the Type-C only because this is just an integrated cable, so it's really just USB-A. And unfortunately, it's just freaking out. Let me try plugging it into the other port. It's probably gonna be the same thing. Yeah, so same exact thing. But it is using the mic on the webcam though, so just keep that in mind. All right, the next camera I'm gonna use is from Insta360. This is the Link 2. This is an amazing webcam, and actually it has a detachable Type-C cable. So I'm gonna start with Type-C first, and it comes with a dongle that has a USB-A to Type-C. Okay, let's plug this right in. Insta360. Okay, there's a little light. And this webcam moves too. So it actually moves around. And yeah, this is cool. This is one of the coolest webcams ever, but unfortunately, that doesn't work. It says no camera is connected. So that doesn't work as well. And we're gonna plug it right into the Switch. All right, so it's doing that. So at least we're getting power to it. Unfortunately, very unfortunate how this doesn't work. And all right, the last webcam on the list, we have the Razer, and this is USB-A. Oh, the light comes right on. Oh, that worked. Oh, that works. See, your results will vary depending on. No, that works. That got me excited just now. I thought this was gonna work, but yeah, this worked perfectly. And you also have a light, so you guys see. I'm like right here. You guys see me with the camera, and it has that light. And alongside it uses the microphone on the webcam too as well. So yeah, so this is a success. Now I could end the video there, but we're gonna keep the test going. What about the Osmo Pocket 3? We're gonna start it off with USB-A on the top. So that plugs in there. And the Osmo lights up. It sees it. And maybe we gotta turn it on. So right away, it comes up. So yeah, you see, it says webcam. I'm sorry for the flicker. And it says starting webcam. But now it doesn't come up on the screen. But it does come up as webcam. So it sees it, it recognizes it, it want to connect, but it just doesn't pull through. All right, so how about the Osmo Action 5 Pro? So this is an action camera. You can actually detach this part here. So yeah, you can actually use this as a webcam, which is crazy. All right, so let's plug this in. Okay, so, all right. So same thing like the Osmo Pocket 3, preparing as webcam. And unfortunately, nothing. So this is also in the L bracket as well. All right. So DJI, stand down. I picked up the Elgato chat link. So now I'm going to be hooking up real cameras to the Nintendo Switch 2. And very quickly, I'm going to show you guys how it works. So this end, I plug in an HDMI. And then the other end, I'm going to plug it into my camera. Plug it into the Nintendo Switch 2. And then it should just automatically output the signal to whatever you plugged it into. So unfortunately, that doesn't work. And in case you guys are wondering, that little cable on the top of the Switch 2, it wasn't connected to anything, but I disconnected it and tested out again, and it still isn't working on the Switch 2. So fortunately, yeah, like I said, this is an L. And while we're on the topic of DSLR cameras, let's plug in the Type-C to Type-C to the Nintendo Switch 2. And of course, I have the options here. We're going to use this for webcam or live streaming. So just USB streaming. And unfortunately, it's only using the USB mic. but it's not inputting a video signal. So it is on video mode and everything. So yeah, this is another L. So wow, Nintendo's a little picky when it comes down to these webcams. So I'm happy I'm making this video to show you guys what's going on. Now, one more thing I'm going to test out. I am going to plug in a video capture cable. So this is going to output the signal, and then the input, which is going to be connected to my camera using HDMI. We're going to test this out, plug that in, and then we're going to use the HDMI port on my camera. And that works actually. So you guys see that? That works. So everything that the camera can see, the Nintendo Switch 2 is outputting that. So everything that the camera can see, the Nintendo Switch 2 is outputting that. So that's perfect, and the screen is blacked out. So yeah, I could use this as a Switch 2 camera. Now, what's interesting is, I just thought of something else. There's so many ways of doing this. Plug that same video capture cable, which is still connected to the Switch 2. You just take your phone, take a USB-C dongle, open up the camera, open up the video, and then plug that HDMI right in. And it should output. Oh, it works. This is something that Nintendo should have done. But hey, they wouldn't be able to sell you an accessory. But they should have had you download a Switch 2 app, connect your iPhone to the Switch 2 to use the camera. Because nothing would beat a phone's camera. Yeah, let me just show you guys that this stuff works. So we're gonna enable that camera, and we can go into video, and then you have the filters that you can pick. So you guys see it there? See my fan? That's my iPhone right now. And you can zoom it in if you want. And then you have yourself a camera. So your iPhone is gonna work. You're just gonna need like a bunch of adapters and stuff. But if I want to do the filter, the no background, so it's only gonna get me in there, I can do that. So it's gonna see me. Well, it's gonna do the best it can. And look, I'm right there. So you guys see me? I'm talking right in front of the mic, and it does a decent job cutting it out. It's not gonna be perfect, but I don't think you're going to use this all the time, but yeah, this is technically a success. Now, if I just try to connect it USB-C to USB-C, that's not going to work. It's just not going to see an input. I wish it was that simple, but that's just not going to work. It's not going to see it at all. And also, quick side note, you can use your iPad to do this. So maybe if you're just using your phone, you can just use an iPad as long as it have Type-C, just a Type-C connection. And then you just get yourself an adapter to plug into HDMI, and then get the video capture, plug that into the Switch, and you're gonna get exactly this. And by the way, my wallpaper link will be down below if you guys are interested. But yeah, anyway, you just open up the camera app and you're good to go. And like I said, if I go back, let's go into the chat link, go into the settings, and then you go into remove background or faces only. And you guys can see all the settings are going to work perfectly fine now. And there you guys have it. That's how you do it. If you guys found this one helpful, I appreciate with a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. And fun little fact about that capture cable, and fun little fact about the iPhone method, you can use that same cable and connect your Nintendo Switch 2 and use your iPhone as a display monitor, or you could use your iPad. I did an entire shorts on it. I'll throw a link in the description or a card on screen. But until then, that is where I'm going to conclude today's video. And side note, the Pro controller is a must-have. This controller is absolutely incredible. I love the way it feels. Until next time, hope you all have a simple day. Peace.